Welcome back, this is Nerd Dad on episode 31 of our Factorio playthrough, and last time we decided we needed a little more copper, so we're going to get in there and try to find out how we can improve upon this as quickly as possible. And I think that obviously our first option is just, milking the balance of this copper field, but I don't think that's going to help us. Whoa, and it looks like we're taking some damage, and oh, it looks like our ammo supply is running a little thin down there, so we're going to have to take care of that. Okay, let's get this up and running. Just really quickly, get some more copper. And I'm not sure why we have that weird spacing, but I'm sure we had a good reason at the time we did it. So we'll just kind of keep moving forward with that. Alright, and can we get more on this side? More on this side. Always, whoops, of course it would help if I put those right up tight, wouldn't it? There we go. And another one in between there, and one right on the end. Don't need it. Okay. And we'll grab as much as we can here. And we're going to want another little bit of a splitter slash joiner combination right here, just to make sure this line's as thick as possible. I'm almost tempted to see if we can run up a second line here, just to try to keep that going. And I think we will. It's not like having yellow transport belts is going to cost us anything. We've got to hurry up and get down and fix that other area before we get overrun. So we got to make sure we do that. How are we doing here for space in our bags? We really do need to start. Why don't we auto trash some stuff? Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of all those. Just get those into our trash slot. Let the logistics take care of them. There we go. And we'll just keep building this while we're doing it. They should be able to come and take things away as they see fit. Whoops, don't want to do that. Now this will just be a kind of a temporary measure for us because, well, to be honest, I can't see this really solving our needs at this point. So I think we'll just kind of go like this and just reroute this line a little bit. A little temporary gap in here. And I think we can just do that, and that'll give us the two lines that we basically wanted. And that'll get it all sorted for us. So that's not looking too bad. It's because I kind of double split. Now let's go down and quickly figure out what's going down there. Do we have any ammo? We probably want to grab some ammo. So where's our car parked? Over there. We could catch the train really quickly if we wanted. I think what it is those blue bugs are starting to cause us a little bit of extra pressure. So they will, take a few more hits on the ammo box. So we're going to probably need to start thinking about keeping that supplied with quite a bit more. Oh, let's just fill our bags with as much of that as we can carry, and we'll go down there and get some. Now, I have in the past, what you can do is you can put alarms onto your ammo boxes. It's a nice feature to have in that it tells you when your ammo is getting low. The downside is it's really annoying having alarms going off all the time. So it becomes is the nuisance you want to have the bugs crawling over your wall, or do you want to have these constant alarms going off in your ears? And I was thinking for the sake of those watching, they probably didn't want these alarms just going wah, wah in their ear the whole time. So I think we will avoid that, and we'll just have to keep a little bit of an eye on the ammo. Now, what I'm seeing is we do have still a good amount of ammo, so I'm not quite sure why we had a big gap in the ammo. We must be taking a lot of damage down here is what I'm starting to think, because maybe, just maybe, we're being attacked a little more than we thought. And maybe we need some repair bots down here, and that might help a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mean repair bots. I meant a bit more in the way of repair packs. Let's build a few of those while we're standing here. And I'm thinking maybe we can grab, some of these things for our supplies. Well, actually, it's a good place to leave it because we can always expand from here. Let's grab that gun and just place it down so it gets repaired. There we go. Let's pick it back up. And I'm just kind of getting a bit of an eyeball here because I've been thinking a little bit about our copper situation. We got 1.6 million sitting here, and these bugs are driving us nuts. So if we were to come down here and wipe these bugs out, this whole set, you can see what they're doing is this is feeding this one. We can kind of watch it here. So if it's feeding that one, if we were to take this one out, this one out, this one, and if we were to extend sort of our perimeter here, and then we could easily run a train in this side or whatever and run it to wherever. You know, we've already kind of got the perimeter started, and it wouldn't be too much of a push for us to do the rest of it. Might be a good plan. So let's, you know, since we're here, and we needed the copper anyways, why don't we get on that? I'm thinking that's a plan. Wasn't really sure how to handle this, but I think we have an idea. So what we're going to want to do, first of all, we're going to think about where we're going to want this robotic port. Now we could try to put this right in alignment, so that would be okay. I'm not going to do that until we've kind of dealt with, you know, where and how are we going to deal with these fine little friends down here. So how many lasers we got on us? We got 15. We've got, let's just kind of get a little bit of a feel for what we've got in our bag of tricks here. Some of these we're going to probably throw out because some of these were sort of temporary little bags. But the one we want to have, so the way it works for people that haven't used blueprints before, you can see I have this shift and mouse wheel, and I can actually just, whoops, I can shift through the various items. And so when I put this as this is the highlighted item. Now when I click on the book, I'm actually placing that blueprint. So it's kind of, you can kind of have, you know, a bunch of blueprints in one thing, but one is the one that, you know, you have. And it looks like yeah, I see we're having a few issues. So I just wanted to build a little gate here. It'll probably come out eventually, but just to kind of get us going here. And let's just use a little bit of laser power. But I'm guessing we don't want to rely on it too much because we really just don't have the power to get too cocky. So I think it'll be sort of our rear defense, and we'll use the guns to finish off most of the damage. And we've got nuclear power, so we're going to push out for that as quickly as we can, but we've got to just kind of deal with what we've got. We can get personal laser defense, which is great, but I usually don't use that until I can sort of get my own my portable fusion reactor. I just find that, you know, you bleed off the battery so quickly, and I'd prefer not to rely on it because then you get there and all of a sudden, well, you know, you don't have defense. Kind of thinking maybe we could just start lining up for maybe getting these production science packs. It's 2-buy, right? This purple science pack, for lack of a better term. Or do we go with laser damage? Well, frankly, if we fire faster, I bet it's going to take more power. I don't know whether it does or not. Actually, I honestly don't know. That's a great question. Does it take more power? And we always like that. We can't do these things. We can only do up to here. Energy shield Mark II is nice. Yeah, I can't decide. But, oh, rocketry. Oh, love rocketry. Who doesn't like having a rocket? Alright, so let's just run a little bit of a power line here, a little bit of defense just to give us some protection. And we probably can run another one right here like this. And then we can start getting serious about some extra defense here with our guns. And we'll just start walking these in. There we go. And you can see the size of this little bug farm here. It's going to probably cause us a bit of grief. And we'll just kind of start setting these up really fast. Take a couple hits there, nothing major. Oh, it's the spitters that are getting us. Okay, so we're getting hit by the spitters a bit. So we're going to have to do our quick walk in now. I see we got 1, 2 of those in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in this way. And we're just going to walk them in until the spitters get really active. And then we're going to go crazy on these ammo. And in fact, let's see if we can take these out with our machine gun. Because we got quite powerful guns at this point. Whoa, taking a bit of a hit from that blue. Well, we're still in good shape. You can see our robots. This is why I like having the personal robot port. You can see we're not losing the guns because they're keeping them repaired on our behalf. So it makes this kind of fighting a lot easier when you've got these, you know, robots just kind of running around preparing things for you. And we really do need to put red ammo in our gun. I'm thinking maybe we'll get that fixed right now. Let's do that. Because we can quickly kill things a lot faster by ourselves. It becomes more of a we can actually fight, as opposed to expecting all of our guns to do it for us. So, oh yeah, we wanted to take out, was there another gun? Oh, there's another little nest down there. Let's go down and take that out. Just, I like having a little bit of D. There we go. Let's see if we can just take these guys out by ourselves. Okay, we've got a few guys coming after us. I think we can actually take these guys ourselves. They just look scarier than they are. We'll just kind of deal with them, get them out of the way. There we go. And it only took us 15 rounds to do that, so we're in pretty good shape. Oh, I got one little bug there, just running around doing stuff. Where's he coming from? Alright, now we're just going to come over and take on these guys. I just, of course, didn't want to get some guns with me. I like having that extra defense. Like I say, I always try to play without dying. And with all these bugs sitting here and that one blue, it might be a spitter. That's a spitter. Those are spitters. We're okay. We should be okay here. This is not a big challenge, I don't think, for us. We'll see how this handles it. Just get all those guys' attention first. As long as we get rid of that blue, we should be good shape. I took a couple hits, nothing major. But you can see that one guy's like jumping up and down. He's screaming. He's attacking. And we'll just kind of get on him. There we go. And throw a little bit of ammo on that one. Now we got spitters. Now we're good. So we can just kind of clean up now. Just had to kind of get rid of that one mob. Now, let's take a look, see how we're doing. We just got to go over and clean this other nest out here. I mean, we're just kind of wailing through these guys. It's almost like cutting through butter. Okay. So this is, you know, in fact, we probably could just come out here with a car and take these guys on. We're probably got a little bit of overkill going on here. And just kind of do this. Just pick all that up. Any more guns laying around? Sometimes I'll just check and see where we're sitting at. And why don't we pick up this one as well? And we'll come over and do it off the other corner here. We'll just kind of pick this one up. Kind of like playing with the stuff too. I mean, sometimes you don't need all this, but it's just a case of, hey, I built all this stuff. I want to play with it a little bit. So you kind of want to, you know, it's fun to use this stuff. Here, guys. Stuff to chew on. Come get it. Hello. Hello. Come see my lasers. I like seeing the lasers fire occasionally. Yeah, that one blue guy's getting a little bit excitable. I'll just keep shooting guys. Yeah, go away. You keep, I don't like when they bite my robots. Don't bite my robots. Now we got a couple spitters in there. We probably could just clean them out with our own gun. But again, really easy, just kind of get their attention and just lay into them with these extra guns. There we go. Our robots keep everything repaired. Alright, that was pretty easy. Nothing really stressing there. I see this one guy's coming up. He thinks he's somebody. So maybe we're getting a bit of a feed from down here too. Maybe this is feeding up here. Kind of looking like maybe it is. So we'll quickly build our walls and stuff and that'll take care of it. Okay, let's get on that right away here. Now this should be pretty quick. We can just basically just get our bots doing things for us. We talked a little bit about how we were going to just expand off the bottom of here, and we will do that. Just get up in here and say, quickly give us a thing there. And how far do we have to come down? Why don't we get another one? Now we're not really too interested in going to the left there. We actually are more interested in about doing this. So what we'll do is we'll build the next one sort of at the angle here. They'll still be part of the same logistical network, so we can use all the good stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll try to make sure we map our walls around that. So I'm kind of just getting a quick eyeball, and we can see that if we run our wall just a little off the south side of there, we can run it over a bit and we'll be in good shape. And hopefully we can get all the way around that copper field, just barely. So I think we can do this. I think we're in a good position here to kind of keep building. Now, yeah, we probably should throw a gun or two down here just for a little bit of defense to start with. Get that going. We'll have to get some power into this guy. It's no good without power. And I think we can reach that stretch. No, I just need to drop an extra line there. Alright, so it wasn't perfect. It wasn't really well done, but we're okay. We're okay with that. Okay, so let's get into our little bag of tricks here. Let's start looking at where we want things to go. So we're going to just kind of take a look, and it's... Which one? There we go. That's the one we want. We're just going to put that on our goodies, and we're just going to spin it around. And we said we would run it like this. I thought we'd get the grid once we got it up. Alright, there we go. And I think we're just going to kind of push over as far as we can go here. And we'll just kind of get the bots in here kind of picking off a couple things for us. We don't want that tree in the way. We can just say, check, is there anything there? Nope. And we can just kind of keep building, and hopefully we can get most of the way around here. Where's our line there? There's our blue. And we'll just keep pumping along here. We're still within our grid. Just keep cranking along. I don't really care about this little stone field. Wasn't even sure what it was, to be honest. And why don't we let's just keep building up on that. just check our grid. And I think we will just do a quick pass and say, you know what, just wipe out everything that's down in that zone for us as much as we can. We're going to want to clear most of that out anyways. And we have any extra robots we can throw in here. I see they're getting a little bit tired carrying things around. I got a few extra we can throw in there, so we'll just throw them to work, get them busy. And we can come over this side and start working on the balance here. And it's going to take them a little while to get this all up and running. In fact, we might need to go and check how much we have. Oh, we've definitely taken damage. We got attacked on something. It looks like maybe they're going after the roboport. They're killing our bots. Quick death like that, I'm guessing they killed robots. So we got a couple bugs down here. We're going to have to just do a little bit of patrolling on their behalf. For whatever reason, we have some strays down here. And these guys are all saying that they need a, I thought we had one down here, but maybe we don't. I was really sure that we had built ourselves a storage chest, but it's sounding like they don't. So we're getting a few hits down here. So let's just get a storage chest and get those guys, because they're just standing there drawing noise to themselves. There they all go. So where else are we losing guys? Somewhere down here, somebody's... I think what's happening is we just got a couple strays around here. I don't know. Weird. Must have been one or two bugs just kind of hanging out, figuring they were bigger than they were. Okay. What we want to do is just make sure we've got the supplies to build the rest of this, and I'm not sure that we do. That's kind of what I was hoping. So I'm hoping that we don't lose too many robots down there. I got my guys seem to be still chasing me, thinking that they need more stuff. I'm noticing that this isn't getting down there. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to try to pull this up. What we'll do is we'll kind of change off some of this. If we were to go and put a chest down here just temporarily, let's get rid of, I don't know, let's get rid of stuff we don't need. We don't need train things right now. We don't need rail. We don't need pipe. Don't need yellow ammo, that's for sure. Don't need the reds, the plastic. Definitely don't need that. Could definitely place this radar dish down there. That would be okay. Now can we pick that up? That's perfect. And that was that's passive provider. So what we'll do is we're basically just going to do what we did in other places. We're going to move the passive provider down so it's a little bit more centralized for us. And that will allow us quicker reaction time for building this. So let's just get that up and running. And we know what we need in here. We need lots of track, inserters, pulls, guns. Probably need guns, eh? Lots of guns. And what else do we need? Walls. Lots of walls. So we'll just throw everything we've got into the mix and just kind of see. Hopefully it can kind of keep up. Now, we don't have a lot of robots here, so it's taking a little bit longer. We probably could go and get more of those and bring them down, have it speed it along a little bit more. But they'll get there. I think we've got enough supplies here. I'm just kind of debating whether we've got enough of this out of here. I think we've clipped that as tight as we can go. And I think we need to clip just this little bit of tree right here. Just kind of like that. And that should be close enough. We're going to have to go over top of the copper there just a hair. And we might have to do a little bit of a bump out manually by ourselves. Okay, I'll just keep this going. At least pencil it in with the... Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of do a little bit of a jump here. We'll kind of do something like this. So what I can do is I can, as long as it's blue, I can override the sort of other area. But I'm going to do something like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to come along and say, don't build this part. And don't build that. And we'll put another telephone pole right there. We're going to... What else we got? Oh, I think we're getting our rocket up there. It'd be fun to go out with some rockets and shoot up the planet a bit. Yeah, okay. There you go. You found me. I guess I should have kept a couple of... transport belts and a couple of walls in my pocket. Just sort of make sure I can kind of finish off a couple of pieces. I.e. this corner would be another place I'd want to finish it off. So it's kind of like that. And then we're going to want to finish off this little bit of track right here. Kind of like that. And then we're going to have to kind of do some... we're going to basically have to stand here while our personal robots, as long as we have some of them still, they're basically going to bring all that back to us, and we're just going to kind of have to stand here. And as long as it's within our little green grid, we have our own little box that follows us around for our personal Roboport. It'll either build or pick up stuff as we require. So we're just going to kind of say, hey, we need you to kind of work on this, guys. So we can just stand here for a couple secs and get all that picked up. What you'll find is they have to charge up a bit, so you kind of got to wait a little bit. There we go. We don't want to run away too far on them. Okay, and now we can kind of finish the rest of this off. I'm just going to cut a little bit more here. I thought we were kind of a bit better off than that, but guess not. And you can see I can put the X's there, and what happens is they just won't go there until I kind of move the green box over them, and then they'll go out and pick them up. So you just you can pre-plan your cuts, and then just go and get it done. So it's all good. Okay, and we just do that, and there we go. And these guys will just keep building whatever they can that's close enough for them to build. Alright, and it looks like we haven't got power down here yet, but we'll just keep pushing. Hopefully we don't get any bug attacks. And that's something actually I just kind of thought about. What we need to do is make sure we get this this ammo belt moving. And I notice we still haven't got power, so why is that? Probably haven't connected it right up the top up here. And this corner. Typically the corners are where you lose the power. You just kind of don't make the turn. There, we're missing that little piece, and it looks like we're missing a chunk of wall here too, so let's kind of get this in place. Alright, we're getting there, and I see we've got no power here, so it means we just haven't hooked it up to here yet, so let's just get that done. And then let's just steal this line and bring it right down. Let's just do this right now. Get it going. Get the ammo down, and we'll have to go through some more in that box for sure. I'm going to go right up there right now and do that. Because nothing would be worse than us getting halfway around and realizing we didn't have any ammo at all. So let's just get this box nice and full. I think I'll keep 200 rounds just in case we have some friends join us. Alright. It's all coming together. I always love to get a couple of robots chasing you because they went off to do something. It's like, well, I didn't tell you to do it. And they're like, you did though. I can probably just pick up the stone while we're waiting. I think they had to run back and charge up, so I'm not going to wait for them. They'll catch us eventually. Downside is they're not available for us for quick building here. And what else are we short here? Why is our power still not down here? Little concerned that I'm not seeing power. Does that mean we missed another join somewhere? Still says we haven't got the power connected. And I was pretty sure we joined it up. But I'm thinking we didn't. So let's see if this works better. There we go. That works a lot better. Now we got power, and now we're getting some ammo. There we go. Okay. Joy of joy. Let's just get this finished as quickly as we can and move onward. Okay, let's get this coming back up now, just like that. Finish off this corner. Dun dun. Problem is they're going to want to grab a bunch of stone wall from me because we don't have it. So I'm going to have to go and grab a couple of pieces of supply here because these other bots aren't going to be able to reach that last little bit of wall. So we'll just kind of, not that one. Grab another 100 walls here. Grab that bot that seems to want to do something but can't. And why are you guys chasing me now? What's your problem? You guys probably want to do stone wall or something. And we'll just make sure that they've got enough of what they can do. And I'm thinking we probably needed to keep some guns too. I just noticed that we don't make guns, and same problem. So the downside to doing what I just did is if you kind of dumb like me and you dump everything in the box, well, you're going to have problems finishing it all off. In fact, yeah, we got the yellows and we got everything. I think we got everything else. So these guys are all getting tired because they're chasing me all over the place. So if I just pick them up, it stops that from happening. I can just quickly grab them. Now they'll kind of get busy. So let's let these guys get this finished up real quick. And we can actually help. You know, that's the other thing. You don't have to stand there and watch. You can just kind of go like, okay, you guys are taking too long. I'm going to do the wall, and I'll do the transport belt. Whoops, I'll do the transport belt the right way. And they're like, hey, if you're going to do the job for us, do it right. And I'm like, well, you know, didn't say I was going to do it right. I just said I was going to help. Okay, I think that's coming in. Now, I'm a little bit concerned because we don't have power down here again, which means we've got to skip somewhere. And it's right here. Our power is just not quite lined up. There we go. So now we got power all the way around. Got to keep our eyes on that because, well, it's kind of critical to the whole process. And now we can finish this off. And if we look at our grid is just sort of a little weave here. We're going to kind of go like this and that. And then we'll just run an end right off there like that. Okay. And then we can help finish this off again. Kind of more and more of the same, just constant rinse and repeat, right? It's kind of why I was doing it before. I was trying to, you know, speed it up and get it done. And I think that's what we might do here for the rest of it. Just kind of speed up the vid here for us from here on in. We kind of talked about this enough. Let's just get it done and then come back. Oh, great. All right, and we're back. And now that we've got it all set up, we're just going to drop our radar dish right there, and that'll give us a nice look at our grid. All right, so we've got this all finished up, and now what we're going to do is just figure out where we're going to run our copper to. I'm thinking what we're going to do is probably bring it up and kind of just run it into the top here and get it into this main ore processing area here. It's very easy for us to have sort of like a copper ore offload here, or we can actually tie it in here and do what's called a sorter. So we can talk a little bit about which method we want to do, and we might just kind of show each. Still debating what we want to do about that, so we'll think about that a little bit. But right now we've got 1.6 million copper, and that was the big news. We kind of need to get that done. So all we have to do now is hook it up, and we're going to do that in the next episode. We're going to bring this copper up. We're going to run a train line in here, give us another depot. We're going to replicate this somewhat. It's going to mean, of course, we're going to need a bunch more of these stack inserters, so we're going to have to think about how we're going to build those, and maybe we want to automate that as well, but probably not right away. So we might just do a cheap version of the train depot we did here for the iron ore and do it for copper, because we've got a little bit of reserves here until we can kind of upgrade it. Look at these little guys just doing a little fly-by-night. Anyways, I think that's good enough for this episode. We've, expanded another portion of our base, and eventually these will all tie together. I don't have too much doubt that eventually what we're going to have is a kind of a wall down along this lake, over to here, up to here. I'm kind of thinking we'll kind of be slowly sort of expanding like this and taking in all this. But at some point, I really do need, we need to think very soon about this oil. We've talked about it a few times, this uranium. Even if we were to lump off this whole corner here, we only have this little piece of uranium. And if we want to get serious about nuclear power and, nuclear weapons, I think we kind of want to go and get this. It's sort of a no-brainer for us. So, that might be what we're going to do after we kind of get this copper, just seeing how things go, and maybe we'll just start thinking about taking a big chunk out of the north here. We could take on all these guys, cough, rockets, cough, and come up here and do some, damage, and maybe, flamethrower a few more forests. That, wouldn't hurt us. And then we'd have access to this ore and stuff. So, depending on what we see when we get up here, we might just go crazy up here. So I'm not... This base will give us a little bit of grief. I can see us having a bit of a battle in there. But the rest of these are going to be... we saw how quickly we sliced through these ones. So I think with a little bit of rockets, take a look. The only thing I wanted to kind of check before we left is just take the look-see and see where are we with tanks. Tanks would be nice too. And I'm looking here, and tanks say we still need to get military 3, which should be this guy right here. And, maybe while we're playing around next time, we'll grab some military 3 and grab some tanks and throw that on our agenda. Figure out how to make some rockets, and that's maybe how we'll take the north, with a little bit of tanks and rockets. So, been thinking a little bit ahead about where we want to go. Always try to stay ahead of ourselves a little bit where we can. But that's the end of this episode. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate all your likes, all your comments. Please subscribe. And I'm Nerd Dad, and I am out.